Hello dudes and babes, it's I, Retrodude, Retro Forever. Welcome to this cool video. I did an interview with a really good, awesome YouTuber out there called Gaz Loves Games. Yes, mates. Yes, an awesome content creator on YouTube. Thank you for doing this interview with me. I mean, this is a lot more easier than doing it through Google Hangouts. I think we should both do it. Gaz, I got a question for you as well. Can you send me questions and I'll do like a thing as well? I think that'd be really good fun, because then if you give me questions, I'll do a video response to that as well. Let me know in the chat or in the on Instagram. Cool. And yes, I delivered 10 awesome questions, and it's about video games related. It's from basically like the 80s, 90s and all that stuff, and what do you think of the new consoles coming out? And it's a really well in-depth interview. I'm very happy the way it turned out. His editing skills are really, really good. You can learn a lot from Gaz Loves Games. He's just so cool, very professional. He answered my questions very well as well, and I was really happy, and I grinned all the way through, especially some of the answers he gave. But you will see in the video, it's just amazing to see. So I will leave the link in the description for his YouTube channel, Gaz Loves Games, and he deserves so many more subs. Please help him reach to 1,000 subs now, because that's his dream goal. So let's go, people! 1,000 subs for him, and then if you do want to, you can do 1,000 subs for me as well at the same time if you'd like to. Yes. I would like to do more of these videos, because I think Google Hangouts is a little bit finicky and a bit annoying, because you gotta wait for the person, and then you gotta send an email. It's just so much headache. I think I like the idea of just, if I do like an interview video and then shoot across to another guy, it just makes more sense, and it's more easier to do. And then he could do it in his own time, and I could do the same thing, because I have a commitment to my work and stuff like that, and it's hard to have time to slot around. So if you guys like to be interviewed by me, drop a comment as well. Okay, enjoy the video, and remember to please like, comment, and subscribe. As Retrodude says, Retro Forever, and Retrodude loves games. Yes, mates. Here's the video.
Yes, mate. You're right, guys. Welcome to the Monday special. So this is a fantastic collab, a Q&A with one of my favourite YouTube streamers, the one and only Retrodude. I love this dude. He is retro, he is a dude. He's just great. I love his humour, I love his love and passion for gaming, and he's just an incredible guy. So I'm going to drop a link to his fantastic channel down in the description. Please do go and show him some love, guys. So let's crack straight on. There's some amazing questions here, so I decided not just to release this as a video, but it's actually good enough to be a proper premiere that everyone can tune into and just enjoy the Q&A, learn a little bit more about me. Let's jump into it.
Who loves games? Yes, mate.
Hello guys, it is I, Retrodude, Retro Forever. Welcome. Alright, this is my questions to Gaz Loves Games. Gaz Loves Games. My first question to you, buddy, is how did you start your YouTube channel, and who inspired you?
So I started the channel back in November 2018. It kind of was a thing that felt a little bit long time coming for me. Like, I suppose I kind of have been watching other big YouTubers, big sort of like names like Metal Jesus Rocks, Dreamcast Guy, beat 'em ups, kind of like really cool guys that deliver real solid content with a real love for what they're doing. And I suppose it's getting into watching other streamers and video producers like this that really got me into YouTube for a number of years. So it was only a matter of time before I kind of combined that with my all-time love of gaming, and just forming the channel for me just had to be done. It was just kind of a way of delivering that little part of me that I wanted to just get out there and do something fun with that we can all enjoy. And you know, just become another part of this wide community that now is YouTube. So I think one of my main inspirations was probably back to my love for the video style of Dreamcast Guy. Now I don't know how many people, how well known like this guy is, but his channel is doing really well. It has grown a lot since I very first started watching him. But he always just delivers a real honest, real down to earth opinion and just does it in an amazing way. Like, he plays a load of good games, he really knows what he's doing, he knows what he's talking about, and I think that's why the dude just like gets, from me, gets the respect. And it's just good to be able to be like doing my own thing now, and I'm just having a blast. I'm enjoying hanging out with you guys a lot too. So yeah.
Secondly, what was your favourite gaming memory?
My favourite gaming memory, that is actually a really tough one, because I think for me, I've been gaming for so long, ever since Nintendo's first Game Boy handheld console. I've gamed all the way through the ages up to current day. So it's pretty hard to have one kind of genre game defining moment, but I don't know, there's been some big hitters for me personally with the retro consoles. Um, it's probably going to have to be something that delivered the most sort of wow, the biggest kind of connection moment for me. It will probably have to be Street Fighter 2, because the graphics were just next level, the gameplay, the way it worked, the special moves. I think that's what really carried my love for gaming forward. I mean, I remember getting my first Super Nintendo, and I probably played on that game solidly for about 18 months, like a year and a half. Absolutely love it. And although I haven't really gotten massively into fighting games since, it was a massive defining moment for me that kind of like led into me discovering lots of other games and genres and things that I still love today. I think right up there as well would have to be like the first time I discovered The Legend of Zelda, which would have been A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo again. Just like the immersion, that feeling of being immersed in a new world for the first time was something really special. And there was just so much to explore. I mean, looking at it now, the map of the game is actually quite small, but for the time it was just like mind blowing, like just like so incredible. And I just think it's really hard to beat some of those first memories that like you get with your real first immersive RPG. So I'd have to put that right up there as well.
3. What was the first gaming console slash handheld that you owned back in the day?
So as far as the first gaming goes, the first ever thing I ever owned was the Nintendo Game Boy. So that was my first handheld. That came with Tetris, and I think I got Super Mario Land as well, which I just like loved. Like, I played them all the time as a child. We did also then at the same time get the Sega Master System, which was Gen 2, Sega Master System 2. Um, Never really actually had that many games on the console, because like money back in the late 80s, early 90s wasn't, you know, money was quite a rare thing, and games were quite expensive. So yeah, Sega Master System was the first like to the TV plug and play gaming console that I ever had. I did also have an Amstrad PC, so I used to play some legendary games like Gauntlet and a few other like random blocky style games that I wouldn't even remember remotely the name of anymore, but they are some of my first gaming memories that I got to play myself at home.
4th is, what are you excited for the next generation of consoles, including PlayStation 5, Xbox 2, whatever that's going to be called, Nintendo Switch, Mini slash Pro? Can you tell us why as well?
Excitement for next gen. I think that's a really good question. I've got intrigue for next gen, should we say. My thing, like a lot of you guys know, I've got such a gaming backlog. Like, if I didn't buy into next gen, I could probably be gaming for the next 5 or 6 years and have absolutely no worries, because, you know, I'm a kind of person that puts a lot of time in on a particular game, and for that reason, it means I take a long time to get through them. I try not to have too many games burning at the same time. So I've got a lot on current gen to keep me busy. As far as next gen actually goes, I'm definitely interested to see the direction Nintendo takes. So I haven't got a Switch, I've missed it out. Keeping my eyes on the Lite model. I'm thinking there's going to be an Excel model. I know they've talked about another version of the actual Switch, the one that I'll actually switch in and go onto the TV. You can get a version with a better battery. But yeah, really, I know it's only going to be a matter of time before Nintendo release the next model. They're hooked on selling this new hardware, exactly like they did with the 3DS. We had the 3DS, we had the XL, we had the new 3DS, we had the new 3DS XL. They'll just keep releasing new hardware to try and bring in more and more people as the lifespan of the console goes through. So I'm intrigued to see on where they go, or actually will the next console then come out within a year or two and then be backwards switch compatible. I'm someone that's got a lot of my storage space already owned by historic consoles and game collections. I haven't got much storage space, so that is an issue. I would really like to get a Sega Dreamcast. It's a physical that I've always wanted, never had. Um, so yeah, that's kind of a bit of an issue, and I really kind of can only buy into something at the moment if it's something that I really want and I'm really going to use. So, you know, whether I skip next gen, like I'm not going to rule that out. I'm big on the retros, so I've got a forever backlog of retro games that I can deliver. But I do love Sony. I skipped out on the PS2 all those years ago. There was a time when I wasn't gaming, you know, I had other things to do. The PS3 then brought me back in after the PlayStation 1. So I will be excited to see the PS5. I want to see what it is, what it's going to do, how much better is it. You know, if it's gonna be a little bit how like the Wii U with a Nintendo to Switch feels, is in you're just gonna keep getting a load of remasters. You get some new great content, but it's kind of not really taking it to a new place. I don't know. I've always got mixed feelings. It probably would be good for me to miss out a gen, if I'm being honest, but I'll never make up my mind, and I can always be a little bit spontaneous and make it rain, drop some cash, and get a new console. I know you guys will want me to be on the newest gen platform as well. So, you know, maybe by that point the channel would really have taken off. If we can be earning a little bit of income from it in future, then that's just going to help me warrant buying towards more consoles and more games.
5 is, what are your views on microtransactions? That's including EA, whatever, Activision.
I love this question with regards to microtransactions because it's a massive topic for a lot of people and the gaming community. There's a massive difference on what I believe can be done right with microtransactions, where it's a really small, sensible amount of money to unlock some new content that's been made for a game. I think that's great. I'm for paid DLC where it's extending the longevity and it really adds value to the game. However, we all know that big companies like EA go and do things where they'll make a game around the whole concept is getting into those loot boxes, needing that stuff. And when they're gonna make that about swiping the credit card to actually play and enjoy the main game, I do not sit well. That does not sit well with me. However, with like what Rockstar does, whereby you can play in GTA 5 online, you can grind away to earn that money in game, and then you can spend that on whatever you want that you've earned, whether it's new vehicles, buy the new base, buy that new DLC with the money you've earned, or you can choose to swipe if you want to unlock it faster. Now, I think that is microtransactions done correctly because it's giving the choice to your consumer. Where I think microtransactions are wrong, and they always are going to be wrong in my mind, is where you're either purchasing something for an advantage of the main game, or whereby you almost feel that you need to do it to play. If you've spent your £40, $50, whatever it is, just no.
6 is, what is your favourite memory from the 80s/90s?
I think my favourite memories from that really early time period has got to just be around my initial gaming memories. So, when I really started loving gaming, if I'm being honest, was when the Nintendo NES came out. When I finally got my hands on that, I was a little bit late to the party. But when I got that, my discovery of Mario Brothers 3, that kind of was a defining point. That was a game changer. That was me really hooked on something that is enjoyable and is at home console gaming. Something where you don't have to go down to an arcade to be able to play and enjoy a game. I think then also at the same time, like my love for Sonic the Hedgehog was quite big, so I was kind of representing between Nintendo and Sega. It was only a matter of time until I did get the Super Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive, or the Sega Genesis, as some of you watchers in the United States might know it as. But yeah, I've got a lot of fond memories. They're spanned across a lot of different consoles and games. But you know, for me, I was a Nintendo kid. It was the NES, the Super NES, the Super Nintendo that really did it for me and generated some of my favourite memories. But I mean, outside of gaming, it was just growing up and enjoying life. I like to think I had a good childhood. I did spend a lot of time gaming, but I had some great friends. We had some great times, and it was just fun back in the 90s being able to be a kid. One of the discussions that I've been having with some people recently is how the world is in 2019. It's all about social media. You know, I can't imagine growing up in this time period where pretty much everything is online. You know, I remember being as a child, you'd have to arrange to meet someone at a certain point at a certain time because you didn't have mobile phones, you didn't have the internet. It's a whole new world. I think it was really great growing up in the 90s. I wouldn't change that for anything. I'm always excited with current times. I love the tech available now. I can't even imagine if I was able to make videos like this in the 90s, maybe I would have actually gone into a full-time video career much sooner. It's something there's so much competition, it's really hard to thrive in nowadays. But if I could have like grown up where you've got the internet and you've got online gaming, it would be very different. I probably would have spent too much time doing it. And I think that's what's important. It's important for kids to be able to get out there, like enjoy the world, see places, enjoy spending time with people. I think where we've got so much access now to stuff digitally and electronically, it's just very different. But I'm a massive fan of the 80s and 90s, just like I think everyone's a massive fan of the era that they grew up in. And as I always say, you know, memories are memories and each to their own.
7 is, what is your goals for your YouTube channel?
Goals. That's really, really good, mate. It's a hard one. I mean, to be honest, it's 1K. We're getting so close, but it just still feels such a long way off. It feels like the struggle for growth is real. There's so many, I guess I have got issues because there's so many channels that do come in. They want to connect, they want to make out they're going to be supportive. All they want is for you to go and press their button. And I'm not down with this. I'm really not, because I know a lot of channels are having similar issues where you feel your growth is going well and then it constantly drops. Now, this could be a number of different reasons whereby channels genuinely, people delete their channel, cancel their channel. It could be a spam channel that got taken down. But it's really hard for people these days now in 2019 to meet your goal with so much going on with YouTube. Whether it's if YouTube doesn't deem if you're watching enough of a certain channel's material, it might automatically unsubscribe you. But you have got a lot of people that literally are coming in saying, you know, me support you, hi new friend, and all they want is you to go back and click their button and they want to then unsubscribe from your channel. So this is making growth goals really challenging. Where it is working really well is when some awesome channels come in, they do a raid, they bring a whole host of awesome people that are going to love the content, that they're going to want to connect, and it just makes it a pleasure to be able to do YouTube with some fantastic people with a great audience, and that really does help channel growth. So for me, getting to 1K is a big deal. It feels a long way off. But after that point, need to see what 1K unlocks. I just really want to have the community option. I really want to be able to deliver updates other than having to drop a new video. And I think for me, that's one of the main perks of reaching that goal. And then I think, you know, if things seem to go well, we keep getting good growth. If we do then get the watch time, it would be great to be able to unlock some of that other like hidden functionality, things like channel memberships. I know some people would really love to be able to be a part of that, feel like they're part of the membership club, and be able to donate a little bit towards the channel and the hard work, the grind that we do and put in every day and enjoy together. I know for all of us it is our hobby, but I know just like I do for other channels, I like to go on, I like to send them a super chat just to say, hey guys, I'm here, appreciate what you're doing, just want to send you a little bit of love. I think a few other people have said to me they would like to do that. There are other ways you can get to do it, but I just think having the official means just makes it really easy, and it feels the right way for people to be able to just drop a little tip towards what you're doing. I'm more favourable of that rather than it being like someone just dropping you a payment via PayPal. I don't know, I feel a little bit weird about it all, but it would be exciting for the future of the channel just to see what unfolds.
8 is, who's your favourite gaming mascot?
Favourite gaming mascot? I'm just scratching my head. It's my boy Yoshi. You guys know Gaz loves green. I'm wearing the Yoshi hat especially for Retrodude, bro, because I know it's one of your favourite hats. I love this Yoshi hat. I love the little egg it's got on the side as well. It's fantastic. I love Mario Bros. I love loads of different franchises. I love lots of different characters. But for me, ever since the Super Nintendo and Super Mario World, it's always been about my boy Yoshi. I do love Luigi as well, just because of his green cap. But yeah, no, I think where it comes to like gaming mascots, I think those original fun memories from Nintendo will probably always be the strongest characters in my mind.
9 is, what would be the one rare game that you would like to own in your collection?
One rare game I'd like to own. That is a cracking question, bro. I'm glad you brought that up because you're going to have to make me think now. I do own a few physical copies of things that are now deemed quite rare. Things like Conker's Bad Fur Day for the Nintendo 64, which was a game that came out right at the end of the console lifespan. There was not so many of them made and released. It's quite a rare game, and it does, like it's going to cost you if you want to get that, especially complete with box. But that's one I own. I own a few other rare Nintendo classics as well. If I had to think of something that I don't already own, I don't know, because it's quite easy for me to just go in my mind to something that I know is really rare and really expensive and be like, oh, I would like that just for the sake of saying I've got this super rare game, but then it's probably something that I've never actually really played before to actually warrant wanting it that much. For me, a game that I did always want, and I don't really know why, but I do have a love for Bucky O'Hare, and I did pick up a physical, actual, original copy in box of Bucky O'Hare on the NES Nintendo. It was quite a good find. The box isn't in the best condition, but I've never seen another box for a PAL version for sale. Maybe I haven't been looking enough, but I did pick up that game and it's one of my favourites. Also, Probotector 2 Return of the Evil Forces is quite rare, and I got that in fairly mint condition for what I think was a good price. Going back about 6-8 months now. Are there other games out there? Yes, there are. Are there other games that I really must have? Not really. Games are available. You can play them via ROMs digitally a lot now these days. I don't think it's necessarily worth you guys going out and spending money on these rare things, just pushing up the prices more. There's always going to be those collectors that have got the money and the cash to put down. They're always going to want to own what's deemed to be rare, what's going to be the investment and worth some return in the future. But I think for me, like, gaming was meant to be freely available and be able to be enjoyed. Let's just game.
10 is the last question, is to you, is, buddy, is, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Where do I see myself in 5 years' time? I don't know, man. I'd like to think that I'll still be hanging out with you guys, still enjoying this. I'd like to think there would be a point where if it is successful, I could put more of my time into it. I mean, a lot of people don't realise how much does go in, whether it's putting in hours towards a Monday special like this, whether it's the 2 hours every night spent on the live streams, or the other time then spent when I'm not filming on editing, trying to make new content, the time spent promoting, getting to know new people, new channels, and just try to help the growth of the channel, make it go the right way. A lot of time goes into it. So I like to think in future I'm still loving it. If the channel really does carry on well, maybe I will still be doing this a lot more as a hobby. But I don't know, none of us are getting any younger these days. We've all got our life commitments, we've all got our jobs, we've got to earn our money to thrive and survive. But I would like to think that YouTube still will always be a part of my life. And I think it would take a lot to get that taken away from me. But I don't know, I'm just enjoying it at the moment, guys, and I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it. I've loved the questions, Retrodude. Thanks a lot for approaching me and wanting to do the interview as well, because yeah, I just really appreciated it, man. I know you're a big fan of the channel. I know you wanted to do the video to put out on your channel, but I was really keen to deliver it as well, especially because the content's so good. I was keen to deliver that out on my channel. So as well, I can do it for a little bit of a plug, guys. I want you to go and show my boy Retrodude some love, because he is a fantastic guy. He's got a great channel. He does some of the best gaming, retro gaming live streams that I see on the platform, and it's just always a pleasure, man. The guy is full of love. He makes everyone feel welcome. I want you guys, if you're watching the video this far, just to make sure you pop on over. Don't just go over and press a button. I want you guys to subscribe. If you want to support another fantastic channel, do make sure you watch some videos. Do leave him a comment. Let him know that Gaz sent you his way, and I tell you, you won't regret it. If you guys like Gaz, if you like gaming, if you like games, you're gonna like Retrodude as well. So from a brother to another brother, I just want to blow up a little bit of support, because Retrodude, you're awesome, mate, and you deserve it.